Hey guys, good evening. So I'm doing my very first live broadcast to YouTube. I'm so excited to be doing this. So if you are on YouTube right now and you are seeing my live stream, welcome. I am so excited, as I said, my very first live stream on YouTube. I am an empowerment coach and I'm excited to be on here with you. I'm going to be talking to you about managing your emotions and what happens if you do nothing. Like, really, what happens and what does it cost you? Now, getting real to the quick of it, it's really essential for our emotional well-being to achieve self-awareness around our emotions so we make better decisions on how we respond when we're triggered based on how we're feeling. Now, achieving self-awareness means taking some time to really getting to know who you are, like what makes you tick personally, and without all of your other hats that you wear, just like for you specifically, what makes you tick? You know, what type of emotions do you have? What kind of opinions do you have? Then being open to change, because guess what? Change is inevitable. And then embracing that pivoting may be part of your process. In fact, it's a piece of the puzzle that a lot of the time we also resist. I know change is scary because we're always trying to have that bit of control that we think we have because of the fear of the unknown if we don't try to hang on to every step of the way. But what ends up happening is things happen, life gets in the way, and it doesn't always work out the way you want it to, because if you're trying to hold on too tight, guess what? Change is going to happen and it's going to probably like really rock your world a little bit. But if you are open to change and allowing that that process just to happen naturally, and embrace that you might have to pivot, instead of going right, you turn left, that opportunity or connection that you've really been like hoping for could meet you around the corner and change your life. Hello, I'm Leslie Gaudette. I'm a women's empowerment coach. I help my clients achieve self-awareness around their emotions so that they can handle their triggers, manage their emotions, and live a more positive life. Now, if you are new to my lives on YouTube, because I said this is my very first one going live on YouTube, I have been uploading my videos, but if you are new to watching me, I want to say welcome. I also want to say thank you so much for your support. I really, truly appreciate you. So I want to just go over real quick. I've been talking about, as I said, managing your emotions as it relates to stress, because stress really is, I think, the key factor in a lot of things that happen in our lives, you know, and it doesn't even have to be like, you could say or do something with someone or to someone and you're stressed and you're just reacting to something and it doesn't have anything to do with them, but because an exterior thing happened, like something else happened, and they just happen to be in the same vicinity as you are at the time, and they get the brunt of your emotional outbursts. So today, as I said, I want to talk to you about, first of all, what happens if you don't take action, meaning if something happens and you don't take action, how that can affect your life. And I'll explain that a little bit more. But before I get started, let me explain to you what I've got going on behind me. So if you are new, this is an exciting thing. This is called the trigger cycle. It's our emotional cycle on repeat. So what do I mean by that? So triggers are an event, something happens, okay, that evokes an emotion, a feeling. You're going to start to feel a certain way about something that's happening in your life. That trigger, based on whatever that is going to fuel that emotion depending on whatever happened. In turn, what your emotions are going to do is they're going to drive your response, meaning what you say and do, how you show up after you've been triggered. Now, that response is going to provide you with a reward. It could be a negative reward or a positive reward. So what do I mean by that? So a positive reward would mean you are really super aware about yourself, around triggers, what triggers are in general, what yours are specifically to you when you have your emotions get fueled by a trigger. So you understand what your emotional triggers are, and you understand how maybe you used to respond, but you made, you know, the conscious effort to make better decisions when something is happening. So you're able to deal with things in real time, meaning you make it, something happens, your emotions are evoked, starting to be fueled. You stop yourself and you're able to, in real time, make a conscious decision to make a better decision, more positive, so that it keeps you in the here and now. You deal with it constructively, then you can release it, you can be present in your life, moving forward through your day and looking to what's next. Now, typically, most people are not in that particular self-awareness place because they're usually having this piece managing them, meaning that they understand there are triggers, they understand that they are being triggered and their emotions are in play. But what happens is in the moment, they just say or do whatever they feel like because they feel justified. And what that ends up doing is that at some point, you're going to have realized that you've done something or said something that might have hurt someone's feelings, or maybe it's undermining something that you're working on. You've had time to think about it, you've cooled off, you've had time to think about it, and now you got to go back and fix it. Now, though, that's what this is. So, and that is the negative side, right? Meaning you have one foot in the past and you're always looking over your shoulder, having to go back and fix things. So with that being said, that is what the trigger cycle is. So what happens if you do nothing, if nothing changes? Meaning if you don't take action to understand that this piece here is what you have control over and that you don't try to manage that piece, what's going to happen is nothing. Your life is going to go on as usual. And that's it. Everything's just going to go on as normal. I came across a quote recently that says, yesterday is not ours to recover, but tomorrow is ours to win or lose. And I have not heard truer words spoken. So what will it cost you if you don't take action today to manage your emotions instead of your emotions managing you? Well, you'll go on living your life. So you can put a check beside that. You'll still get triggered, check. You'll still have emotions. Your emotions will be evoked and fueled, check, check. And you'll still respond, check, right? And maybe the way you typically respond, your usual MO around how you respond, what you say or do when something happens and your emotions are triggered, you'll typically respond the way you usually do by saying whatever you feel like saying in the moment or doing whatever you feel like doing in the moment because you feel justified in your response. And as I said, eventually, once you've had time to cool off, you've thought about it, you've realized that, oops, that's really not who I am as a person or how I want to be remembered by, and I really didn't mean what I said or did. And so now you have to go back and fix it, and that puts you in the realm of having one foot in the past, right? Having to go back and fix things. Now, if you have enough of those moments in your day, meaning you get triggered, your emotions get fueled, you respond, boop, just in the moment without thinking about it, you'll have a very hard time being in your own present life, like looking after what's happening in real time, living your life for what's now and for what's next. Not able to look forward because you'll be in perpetual fix-it mode, having to apologize for the words that you've said or the things that you've done because now you've thought about it. And sometimes it's going to work, apologizing. And sometimes your apologies are going to fall on deaf ears, meaning if you're typically that person who allows your emotions to get the best of you and you do it enough times to the same people, you may find that they'll start resisting your apologies. So what's that costing you? What would your life look like if nothing changes, if you don't learn to manage this piece, which is yours to manage, so that you can make better decisions on how you respond when triggered? Are you content with getting in your own way and allowing your emotions to manage you? Allowing your negative self-talk to tell you that you're justified in the moment in your responses and that, oh, well, they'll figure it out, that that's your normal MO and they'll get over it and you can go on with your day. And eventually when you come back and apologize, they'll be okay with it. But as I said, sometimes that'll work. But if that's your normal thing going forward every single day, and that's how you always show up, at some point, it's going to fall on deaf ears and you will start getting resistance to that. How about this? We go a step further. You're a mom or you're a dad, and you have a younger generation watching you, your kids. Are you worried that maybe you're sending them mixed signals on how to deal when something happens? And your normal MO, as I said, maybe to lash out in the moment. So if that's you, I want to ask you to ask yourself, can I stop? Can I actually start taking this piece and start breaking it down and figuring it out and being able to respond better? Are you ready to give yourself permission to take back your power over that? If you're ready, I want you to reply, put a comment in underneath the video. And I want you to respond and say, yes, I'm ready to learn how I can take back my power over this. Because that's the piece that you have the power over. Okay. So if you're ready, drop a me below. And actually, I'm even going to go a step further. Once I'm done, I'm going to put my email address in there, or I should say my Facebook link there, and you can connect with me on Facebook, and we can go from there. Let's start a dialogue, because you know what? You have the power. It's yours. It always has been and always will be. Thanks so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you for coming on and listening to what I have to say. Remember, navigate your day with an attitude of gratitude, because with the right attitude, it's going to put you in the right mindset. And mindset is so important, especially when life happens. And this is going to happen. So if you can see in the middle, it says on repeat. This is going to happen sometimes multiple times a day. So I want you to think about that. I'm Leslie Leggett. I can't even say my name. I'm Leslie Gaudette, and I'm a women's empowerment coach. I empower women by helping them achieve self-awareness around their emotional triggers so they can transform their lives by lessening their stress, which will set them up to live a more positive life. I hope you have an amazing evening. And again, I just want to say thanks for your support. This was fun coming on live to YouTube, my very first, and I'm really super excited to see where this goes. So let me know how you feel about it, and drop me a link. Let's get connected. All right. Have a good evening. Bye, guys.